The magnificent Bahrain International Circuit sits majestically in the desert, situated just 30 kilometers from the capital Manama. Welcome to the Bahrain Grand Prix, where practice is about to get underway. This weekend's night race will definitely be a challenge for some of the drivers, as not all of them have driven under lights before, so they'll need to quickly adapt to the conditions.
They will have already acclimatised and configured their normal race weekend routine to a night schedule, but I can't wait to see which driver gets up to speed the quickest in these conditions.
It's still taking some getting used to, seeing Sebastian Vettel in the red of Ferrari this season.
It's been ingrained into him to pull into that Red Bull pit box for the last 6 years, so he's going to have to break that habit to make sure he doesn't repeat the mistakes some other drivers have made in recent seasons.
Lads, we are back for another episode of F1 2015 Career Mode. This is the Bahrain Grand Prix, and we are jumping straight into qualifying here, and straight into a battle with Sebastian Vettel, it seems. Looks like we're a little bit too slow for him at the moment on our very first lap here, and we're just having an almighty battle in the middle of our qualifying lap. But cutting to the end of the session, we are in 16th place at the moment, and I'm not going to lie, over the course of the weekend I was actually struggling quite a bit for straight line speed. If you've seen a lot of my videos, you've seen the AI just overtake me in a straight line, no matter what car I'm in. So I thought for this episode I'd go with 1-1 wings and just go for all-out straight line speed. A bit similar to TRL Limitless's setup if you haven't seen it already. And if I get overtaken on straights in this setup, then I don't know, I'll be done. But coming out of the final corner now, this should be our best lap of the entire session, 35.0, and it puts us 11th on the grid for the Grand Prix.
Hello and welcome from the Bahrain International Circuit here in Sakhir, where the drivers are down on the grid going through the last checks with their engineers before we can get underway. On pole today is Lewis Hamilton. The Mercedes was dominant during qualifying, and with the power unit advantage, well, you just can't see anybody challenging for that race win today.
There's no doubt that he likes this track. I think that was apparent from his wonderful qualifying pace yesterday. He'll be hoping that he can put in another good performance today and that he can convert it into a race win.
Felipe Massa looks to have the edge over Valtteri Bottas this weekend. He'll be hoping to cement that by finishing ahead of his teammate in today's race.
Felipe has been looking quick this weekend, and if he can carry that into today's race, he could be on for a good result. As for Valtteri, he wasn't looking comfortable with his setup yesterday, and we'll hope it works better for him over the long stints today.
I think Anthony Davidson pretty much nailed it there. I was, struggling with the setup, and I was playing with a lot of different things. I maybe thought that maybe my wheel was, or my pedals weren't working, going to full throttle or something. I tried on the pad and I still had a bit of a slow straight line speed. So I don't know what the deal is, but either way, 5 red lights, and it's go time here in Bahrain. Looks, whoa, massively wheel spinny start. That's absolutely terrible there. We've dropped the P14 already. Coming into turn 1 though, we'll need to make up for that terrible start. Sauber is up my inside there. That's Marcus Ericsson. He makes contact with Perez there, doesn't spin him out, so that was very, very lucky on his behalf. Kvyat tries to go up our inside, but he backs out of it there, and we maintain. After all that, we're back in our qualifying position. So coming into turn 4 now, we go up the inside of Perez, and he really should have seen that move coming because that was coming from a mile away. But as you can see, Perez on the attack once again through the middle sector, tries to go up the inside, can't quite find the move. Nazar in front of us, looks like he's going fairly slowly going up the hill. We're going to go up the inside, are we? He leaves the space. I like that the AI sort of see you coming and they leave enough space for you to sneak up the inside. I think they're fair. They're like the right balance between aggressive and fair. Definitely way better than Project Cars. But away we go into the final corner, and we've got Mazza for P9. So very eventful start here in the Bahrain Grand Prix. This little battle here with Nazar isn't quite over yet as we cut to the replay cameras. We can see side by side. This almost turns into a 4-way battle with a Force India and another Red Bull, I believe. That is Daniel Kvyat trying to pass Hulkenberg, and he almost got away with a double overtake there. Oh my, that's just nuts. I can't even call that. There was just so many overtakes in one little sequence of corners now. But cutting about 2 laps later, we're on board with Felipe Massa trying to overtake Sebastian Vettel for P4, I believe. He's going to go up the inside into the middle sector. I love that F1 2015 has this active replay system, so you can spectate any driver on the grid. It just makes for these career mode videos to be so much better. And now about lap 5 or so, this is Nico Rosberg. challenging Hamilton for the lead of the race. This was just an insane battle. You guys are in for a treat here. This was literally like Canada, oh not Canada, this was literally like Bahrain 2014 all over again. These guys were going side by side for like 2 or 3 laps straight. And this is just the highlights of that battle. It just went on for ages. I didn't want to make the video too long, but I just had to show this battle. The 2 Mercedes cars, the 2 AI cars just battling. We've never seen this in career mode before, so I was just absolutely blown away that this was happening. I think we can see Raikkonen off in the distance in 3rd. He's not really relevant at this stage, as the 2 Mercedes cars still going side by side. They're literally slipstreaming each other, using DRS to sort of pull away from each other and get away from the rest of the field. But here, this was about lap 6, almost lap 7. Kimi Raikkonen now is caught up to the back of Lewis Hamilton, who seems to be going slowly. So I don't know what the deal is there with Hamilton. Maybe he's got a bad set of tyres on, or he's saving fuel or something, because he's just got no pace in this Grand Prix. You know, in previous races, he was smashing through the field and overtaking cars for days. Today, he's falling through the grid like a stone. But now, lap 9, we've caught up to Sebastian Vettel in all this. We've actually been getting faster as the race goes on, so it seems we've been actually really good on our tyres. So that was a welcome surprise for me. And now lap 10, finally coming in for our first pit stop, and Valtteri Bottas came in at the exact same time, and the pit crew sort of weren't ready for me there. It was almost perfect timing for a double stack there, but yeah, couldn't quite execute that perfectly for my stop. Now lap 12, we can see we're on the attack here, trying to chase down Nico Hülkenberg. Look at the sparks flying everywhere as we dive up the inside. Had to apply a little bit more brake pressure than what I would have wanted, but we got the move done anyway. Lost the back end like crazy there, and into P5, as I think it was Ricciardo made a very late stop around lap 13, 14 or something like that. I think he might be one-stopping. I'm not too sure what the deal is there. Now lap 19, we're coming in for our final stop of the race. Like, this whole video has just been going like a flash. There's just been so much happening in such a short space of time, but the Williams pit crew almost cost me there. They took such a long time to service my car, but I think we got away with maintaining P5 over Vettel. Now lap 21, we're chasing down Ricciardo as he's doing his one stop, I believe, but Vettel is much quicker than us at this phase of the race. I think he was saving fuel through the middle part, and now he's trying to go for an all-out attack. Here we can see we make a small mistake into turn 4, and Vettel tries to capitalise, doesn't quite get the move done. He just didn't have enough track position to, or he wasn't alongside me enough to get the move done. But now we make another mistake. The mistake's now coming thick and fast as Vettel is really trying to apply the blowtorch to us now for P5. Is he going to go up the inside? I don't think he is on this occasion. No, he doesn't. So we maintain. It's P6. I keep getting confused with P6 and P5 for some reason. But at this phase of the race, my engineer tells me we are +1 on fuel, so we can afford to burn a little bit here as Vettel dives up the inside into turn 1. We're going to try and hold it around the outside, and with better traction as well, Vettel loses the back end there. So, like I said earlier in the video, we were really good on our tyres, but fuel was becoming an issue at some phases of the race, so I just had to look after that. But yeah, I was actually really surprised to have more traction than the AI at some stages. But now lap 27, the gap to Ricciardo is coming down by about 5 or 6 tenths a lap, so I was really pushing to catch him using all my fuel. But at the same time, I think I overheated my engine, and it cost me in straight line speed, because at this stage, Vettel was just super quick on the straights. He was just flying past me. It didn't even matter if he had DRS. You'll see on this part here, he just flies past me like I'm not even there. It was ridiculous. And now the fuel light has come on with only a lap and a bit to go, so I wonder if we might run out of fuel now. It's only taken 3 laps to go from +1 to maybe even -1, so it was just absolutely ridiculous. But at the same time, I'm trying to manage Vettel here as he goes into 6th place once again, and I think now this battle for 6th place might well and truly be over. That was an absolutely awesome battle, but unfortunately, with only 4 or 5 corners to go, we've run out of fuel. So the fuel situation just went completely out the window. We've lost a place to Grosjean. We're coming up to the final corner. We're going to finish in P7. It was just an absolutely crazy race. Just battles all the way down the field. Hope you guys enjoyed that one. Leave a like if you did. In the driver's standings, I think we might move up a place or 2 after that one.
Another win for the Brackley-based team. What a car they've got this year.
You can't fault their commitment today. They really pushed hard and were rewarded with a race win. Fantastic achievement.
After all this drama, you'd be mad not to join us for the next race. We hope to see you then. Take care.
So there we go, lads. The end of episode number 4, the Bahrain Grand Prix for career mode. I think it was a very interesting video in a lot of ways. Like, we got to see the whole dynamic of how the AI's pace sort of changes over the course of the race. Hamilton got off to a flying start, but then he just drifted off and ended up 12 seconds behind Nico Rosberg in the end. Battles galore right throughout the field. I myself have got some issues to sort out, like the straight line speed, and I've also got to be a little bit better on the fuel. So once I figure out those little issues, I think we should be getting consistent top 5s or something like that. Still yet to get a podium. Maybe that'll happen in Spain or Monaco the race after, but that's going to do this episode for today, the Bahrain Grand Prix. If you enjoyed this episode, then make sure you 360 no-scope that like button. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. And until my next video, guys, I'll see you next time.
3 to go in what has been a truly dramatic World Championship. Oh my goodness me! Vettel's taken the place, and that could cost Hamilton the World Championship.